Hello, my dear students. Hope you are doing well. I am Professor A.G. Sabre, working in Residential Junior College, Ahmednagar, here with a video lecture discussing 4th chapter Business Services. Students, as earlier we learned the concept of business. This business activity is classified into two categories, that is, production and distribution. Producers are producing goods for the consumption. With the help of different distributors, these goods are available in the market for fulfillment of the needs of the customers. In case of these productions, some products are produced throughout the year, but we consume it in specific period only. For example, cotton cloths, raincoats, umbrellas, woolen cloths, etc. On the other hand, some products are produced in specific period, but we consume it throughout the year. For example, agricultural products like food grain. In case of these types of production, producers needs to maintain the quality of goods till its consumption. That means the time of consumption may be too long from the time of production. Therefore, he needs to store goods in a systematic manner till its use. This proper storage of goods is possible with the help of warehousing. Students, now through this video lecture, we are going to learn the third business service as warehousing. Let us see definition of warehousing. A warehouse is defined as an establishment for the storage or accumulation of goods. With the help of this definition, we come to know that warehouse is a proper place where goods are stored in a systematic and proper manner. Let us discuss the functions of warehouses. Warehouses preserves goods in large scale in a systematic and orderly manner. They provide protection to goods against heat, wind, storm, moisture, etc. and also cut down losses due to spoilage, wastage, etc. This is a basic function of every warehouse. There are many other functions in addition to these basic functions which we will be discussing one by one. Number 1. Storage of goods. The basic function of warehouses is to store large stock of goods. Some products are not immediately required from the time of production. It requires to maintain the quality of goods as it is. So it requires to store goods in a systematic and proper manner till its consumption. It is possible only because of warehouses. In the warehouses, goods are stored properly. Number 2. Price stabilization. If the goods are not supplied as and when they are demanded, the prices of goods are increased. But due to proper storage, the goods are made available as and when demanded. Therefore, price stability can be maintained due to warehouses. Number 3. Risk bearing. Whenever goods are stored in warehouses, the entire responsibility of the goods stored is transferred to warehouse keeper. That means the risk of loss or damage to goods in storage is borne by the warehouse keeper. Since he is bound to return the goods in the same condition, warehouse keeper becomes responsible for any loss, theft or damage, etc. Thus, warehouses takes all precautions to prevent the goods from any loss. Number 4. Financing. Whatever goods are stored in warehouses, against the security of these goods stored, the owner can raise loan from financial institutions or warehouse keeper. In this way, warehousing acts as a source of finance for the businessman for meeting financial requirements. Number 5. Grading and packing. Grading and packing is the most important feature of marketing. To attract more customers and to increase the sale, grading and packing plays a very important role. Warehouses gives this facility to their customers. Goods can be packed in convenient sizes as per the instructions of the owner. Next number, transportation. In case of bulk depositors, warehouses provides transportation facility. From the place of their production, these goods are transported towards the warehouses for storage. Number 7, time and place utility. The goods are made available as and when they are required by the warehouses. Therefore, it creates time utility in goods. As well as goods are produced anywhere, but due to proper storage, these goods are available at any time and at any place. Therefore, it creates place utility in commodity. Next, number 8, processing. Some products needs further processing till its use. Warehouses provides processing facility to such depositors who need this facility. In case of paddy, it requires to polish before its consumption. Some fruits are ripened. This kind of processing facility is provided by the warehouses on behalf of the owners. These all are the functions of warehouses. Now, let us discuss the different types of warehouses. Producers are producing variety of products. According to size, type, nature, durability, these variety of products require different types of storage capacities. To store goods in a proper and systematic manner, there are different types of warehouses available. So, let us discuss these types of warehouses one by one. Number 1, private warehouses. Big manufacturers who produce on large quantity and carries regular production activity on large scale needs to store goods in proper way. Therefore, they construct their own warehouses which are called as private warehouses. In case of farmers, they can construct their own warehouse in their field. Wholesalers or retailers may have their own warehouses at their business place, and manufacturers may have their own warehouse at their factory place. Number 2, public warehouses. In case of small manufacturers who are not able to construct their own warehouses, but they needs to store goods till its consumption, these public warehouses are available to them with some charges. That means these public warehouses are available to general public, wholesalers, retailers, small manufacturers according to their requirement for some charges. Individuals, partnership firms or companies can have their own warehouses and they provide such services to the required one and earns profit. For running public warehouses, government license is required. These public warehouses are generally situated near railway stations, ports, highways, airports, etc., so that it will be easy to carry goods from one place to another. Number 3, bonded warehouses. Bonded warehouses are useful in international trade. In case of imported goods, when goods are arrived at the port but the importer is unable to pay the custom duty, such goods are stored in these bonded warehouses. These imported goods cannot be released till the payment of custom duties. The warehouse keeper prepares a bond in which all the details are noted down. These warehouses are owned by government or custom authorities and generally are situated near the port. Next, number 4, duty paid warehouses. Sometimes the importer may face the problem of transportation after making payment of custom duty. Such duty paid warehouses provide storage facility to these importers who made payment of custom duty but unable to carry goods to their place. These warehouses are more useful to those importers who wants to re-export these goods. These duty-paid warehouses provide processing, sorting, repacking facilities to importers. These warehouses are located near the ports. Number 5, government warehouses. These warehouses are owned, controlled and managed by state or central government. In case of small-scale manufacturers, businessmen, farmers, it is not affordable to them to construct their own warehouse as well as to pay higher charges to public warehouses. Government provides storage facilities to them at nominal charges. Central Warehousing Corporation of India, State Warehousing Corporation of India and Food Corporation of India are the examples of agencies maintaining government warehouses. Next, number 6, cooperative warehouses. These warehouses are owned, controlled and managed by cooperative societies. Mostly these warehouses are situated in rural areas. In case of farmers, small traders, these warehouses provide storing facilities at very minimum cost. These warehouses are formed with cooperative principle whose basic aim is to provide services and not to earn profit. Number 7, cold storage facility. Perishable goods like fruits, vegetable, milk products, fisheries, poultry needs to store and refrigerate under low temperature so as to preserve them and use them in future. Cold storage warehouses provide storage facility to perishable goods to store till its consumption. In case of international trade, these warehouses plays a very important role. Students, these all are the different types of warehouses which are used for storing goods as per their nature, size, usage, etc. Hope you understood it well. Stay home and study from home safely. Thank you.